The world is evolving from the different form of currency over the decades to digital currencies that is taking foothold across the globe. In Nigeria alone, blockchain technology is gaining acceptability. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the acceptance of digital technologies and expedited the shift to digital solutions. Although the world is back to normalcy, this new behavior has persisted as consumers remain adamant about using digital payment systems. Our data from the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System shows that cashless transactions rose by 44% year-on-year to hit 117.33 trillion naira in the first 4 months of this year, 2022.
Well, to speak more on how Nigeria can harness the opportunities provided by digital economy, we have in the studio a digital economy analyst, Professor Sam Zuga. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
To be an interesting
Yes. When you look at the Nigerian economy, a lot of people will say it's still largely domiciled in the frontiers of oil and gas. How do you think that Nigeria can transform her economy digitally? What are the prospects for a country like Nigeria?
Thank you so much. There are some things that even if you don't want, nature can force you into it. The issue of digital economy has become something that you cannot avoid by virtue of COVID-19. So this world we are in is an evolving world. So everything evolves, including even economy. So money evolves. I don't want to go deeper into that, but Nigeria must get into digital economy by force, because everything that we have been depending on, naturally, they are no longer being useful. For instance, many countries that have been depending on oil, they know very well that oil is no longer as relevant as it used to be. In fact, at a point in time, it went back to up to $0. Sorry, I mentioned naira. So this time around, digital space started from even television. When I was coming up, the television that time was analog. It was not what we're having today. So the digital space has come to stay, and then the digital economy is coming in to complement what is already going on.
While complementing, of course, there's still a lot of fears. That's the reason why the Central Bank of Nigeria here will tell you Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency for that matter, it cannot really be legally, used in the country. So for CBN, and not just even here in Nigeria, for countries like China, for instance, they are also, before they allowed it to a certain extent, but now they've actually backtracked on that. So that means there are risks involved in the digital economy that you speak about. So talk to us about how those risks can be avoided, maybe to get the likes of the CBN to rethink it.
Digital economy is just like debt. Nobody likes debt. People run away from it. If you know that debt is coming here, you can run away from it. But even if you run away from it, a day is coming that debt will look for you anywhere you are. So that is how digital economy is. There are risks involved in digital economy. I cannot argue that one. But I want you to understand that anything that have disadvantages have also advantages. So what we're talking about here is, what can we do to attack the fear and the risk that is involved, so that we can now get the right part of this, the juice out of this orange. Orange have bitter side of it, but it's a sweet part of orange. So what can you do to peel the bitter part of it and then get the juice out of the orange?
But when you speak about digital economy, are we just limiting it to the cryptocurrencies? Are we limiting it to the currencies digitally? Or we're talking about the space entirely? And if that's the case here, how then does a country like Nigeria, again going back to my initial question, how do we generate more revenue from this? How do we harness, from this space of digital economy?
The first thing is to attack the fear associated with it. Because if you are not comfortable with something, you can't get the best out of it. So if we attack the fear, that is the first thing. You know this thing is wrong anyway, but good things is inside. So in Nigeria, what we are going to do, the first thing is to know that digital economy is not all about cryptocurrency.
Good.
Cryptocurrency is only a driver of the digital economy. So just like if you want to put a screw into something, there must be a screwdriver to make that screw enter inside. But after the screw enter inside, the driver now is put aside. Also, so cryptocurrencies are the drivers of the digital economy. Now, the physical economy have fiat currencies that they use to drive it. There's nothing you do on earth that does not have money attached to it. And that money has been used through fiat currency. So now that the world has moved to digital economy, then it's the digital currencies that can drive the digital economy. So you cannot avoid it. For instance, if you want to build a company, you use physical money, move to a physical shop, buy physical cement, and buy physical wood to build a structure. But by the time you want to go into digital economy, you don't need a physical structure. You need a digital structure to build a digital economy. So you need digital currencies to pay for digital properties, digital materials that can give you a digital space.
Well, I like this explanation. It sort of makes it a bit more easy. And we see that, you know, cryptocurrencies are a big deal right now. Even Central African Republic, sometime early this year, actually made it a legal tender in their country, following the likes of El Salvador. And let's talk about the fact that just recently you actually made the very first envoy of digital economy, meaning that you are a professional when it comes to digital economy. The CBN says, you know, we're not allowing cryptocurrencies in the country, but of course, we know the importance of a digital economy in the 21st century. Hence the introduction of the e-Naira. How would you really assess the e-Naira and, you know, the CBN's drive really to ensure that, you know, we look beyond the physical cash we have?
Very good. The challenge here is this. If you really want to do something, give your best into that, and you can get the best out of it. But if you are going and you want to do it, you are afraid, you cannot get the best. Okay, digital economy came in. Country has a ministry with a minister in the digital of digital economy, and then you are now saying cryptocurrency should not be used. So how can you manage a digital economy ministry?
Well, you've said the digital economy goes beyond the cryptocurrencies.
I'm telling you that this is a driver. The currencies are the drive. Cryptocurrency, that is a digital currency, drive digital economy. You cannot function in a digital economy without a digital currency. The way transaction goes on there is completely different. So you cannot use a fiat currency to run a digital economy. You must reach a digital, use digital currency to run a digital economy. Then, get this. The e-Naira supposed to be driving, to be created on blockchain technology. But the e-Naira we have now is not on blockchain. It cannot be accessed in other parts of the world. So there's something a little bit wrong on the e-Naira. So me, I approached Central Bank myself. Not that I'm sitting outside. I approached them, wrote a letter to the CBN governor, wrote a letter to the president, and wrote a letter to Minister of Finance, that there's a way we can work on this e-Naira. It will become a stable coin so that every Nigerian all over the world can key into it, and Nigeria will get revenue. Other parts of the world also, not apart from Nigerians, they can still key into e-Naira, and Nigeria can make a lot of money out of the e-Naira.
That's a good place to leave it. It's Professor Sam Zuga, digital economy expert. Thank you so much for being on the news tonight.
You didn't mention Zuga Coin.
Well,
the CEO of Zuga
Coin. Sam Zuga. Oh, Zuga Coin. All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you.